Hi, I'm Cindy, and I'm a volunteer with Blessman International. Today I'm going to show you how to make our inserts. These are 100% flannel, 100% cotton brushed flannel. I buy it by the yards, and we like bright, colorful, stain hiding patterns. This pattern has butterflies on it, which butterflies are okay to use. Another butterfly, just some greenery. Um, Please do not use used flannel sheets, used flannel shirts, Luxe flannel. Luxe flannel has a finish on it that does not absorb liquid. So we want to use just 100% cotton brushed flannel. Wash it, dry it. One hint, be sure and check your dryer vent because you'll have a lot of fluff in it when you're done. When they're washed and dried, then I take them and I take one of the raw ends. Always mark your selvage. I cut the selvage off, or I should say we rip it off. Then I mark my fabric every 10 inches. And we just tear. From there, we just tear. Mark at 10. Most fabric is flannel is 42 to 44 inches. When you shrink it, oftentimes it will still be the full 40 plus your salvages. So you can easily get 4 strips. This one is going to be just a little tight, but I can get that final salvage off of there. If for some reason you can't, say it shrinks down to 38 inches, go ahead and get your 3 10-inch pieces and cut this one 6.5. And I'll show you how to use the 6.5-inch strips. So once you get the flannel ripped into 10-inch strips, take those 10-inch strips to your cutting board using a rotary cutter, a solid tool, and cut them down to 12.5 inches. So they will be, so when we get done, we will have 10 by 12.5-inch strips. Now, if you get to the end of your strip and there's 8 inches left, don't throw that away. Cut yourself a 10 by 6.5-inch strip. But for now, I'm going to show you how we work with the 12.5 by 10-inch strips. You're going to fold them in half, matching corners up. You can use pins on this. I have gotten so used to sewing with sewing clips that I just use sewing clips. And you will then take it to your sewing machine. And starting about 2/3 of the way down, back tack, 1/4-inch seam, 1/4-inch seam, back tack. Then going back to the center and doing the other third, a 1/4-inch seam again, back tack, sew, back tack at the bottom. Leave yourself about a 3-inch opening. I've tried to make it smaller, and in doing that, it pulls and it's harder on the fabric. So when we turn them inside out, so about a 3-inch seems to be about the right amount of space needed. Continue to turn it inside out, and you'll have your opening. Using a tool, this is my tool. I'm very careful because it does have a point, but I go in and I square out all my corners. You can also use the blunt end of a scissors, closed scissors. It can be sharp, so be careful again, but you can use that. And you can even use a pen or a pencil, a popsicle stick. I've heard some people tell me they use chopsticks. But again, just be careful because these are a little, they're not really strong in those corners. When you get that done, fold this in, make sure it's folded in so it looks like a nice straight seam there. And when I do that, I do pin mine. I pin it down. I take it to my ironing board and I press these flat. And I try to keep a pin in the opening just so I know where it's at. The other thing I do is I fold my insert in half And I put a pin right here. And the reason for that pin, to stick it right there, it's down low enough I won't sew over it and hurt my machine. Then I start about an inch, half inch before the center, and sewing an 1/8 of an inch top stitch. I sew all the way around. When I come back up here, it acts as my tack because I'm sewing over that half inch I've already sewn. When I get to the center, when I get to this needle, you lift it, try to keep your needle down and turn it so then you sew straight down the middle. I'm fortunate my machine has a 3-inch mark on it, so it's easy for me to use my 3-inch mark. If you don't have that, put a piece of tape down. Measure 3 inches to your needle and put a piece of tape down. Then you know that's the edge that you want to sew along. By sewing, what we have found by sewing this down the center, I've had a lot of people ask me why, but sewing down the center, it gives you security, the fabric doesn't slip, and it makes it really easy for the girls to quickly flip. This one I flipped it enough now, it bends pretty naturally, but it helps the girls with that. Now, if I said I would show you what to do, these are 2 pieces I had left. And after I cut it off, so I cut 6.5 by 12 by 10, and I just match them up, and I do this, and I take my sewing machine and I do exactly what I did on the big piece, except this time I back stitch and I will go all the way around, and I will have my 3-inch opening up here, and from that it's the exact same process to finish. Again, sew quality, we want these to last for up to 3 years. Again, blue ribbon. You're taking it to the fair, you're showing this off. You want it to be perfect as you can get it. No one's perfect. But blue ribbon quality and gift. You're giving this as a gift to someone. You don't want to give them something that's all crooked or cockeyed or got threads hanging out of it. It's a gift. You want it to look nice when you present that gift. For this pattern, other patterns, directions, fabric selection, guidelines of our kit, please go to blessmaninternational.org. Everything is posted there under the Girls Empowerment Feminine Hygiene Products. Also, it's a great site to learn more about Blessman International and the wonderful organization they are. If you have any specific questions that you'd like answered, you can email me, Cindy, at blessmaninternational.org. That's Cindy, blessmaninternational.org. Thank you and have a great day.